It's time for Rockstar of the Week.
I think it is time to get to the Rockstar of the Week, but before we do that, we do have Mary. She held through the break, which we appreciate. Mary, good morning. Welcome to the show.
And I think they got my name wrong. It's Paula.
Okay. Hi, Paula.
Hi, Paula.
Number one, I want to thank Jeff. Aaron was out of town.
Oh, my gosh.
You talked with me about spousal support, which we did, and it's come through. Whoop-de-doo. And my husband continues to just let his retirement accrue.
That's great.
Or, his Social Security. But
Paul,
my question
we talked about you, Paula, a couple of weeks ago, too, because what happened was you were in a unique position, if I'm correct, in that you could do so because you were
correct.
Because you were born before 1954, even though you won't tell anybody.
Correct, but I'll tell anybody who will give me money. But what I really want to know, I am not on Medicare. Well, apparently I have Part A now because I did file for Social Security, finally. But my husband is on Medicare Part B. I am still employed. Actually, we both are. And does his Medicare, because he's only taking spousal, does his Medicare come out of his Medicare Part B premium come out of his Social Security that he's now receiving?
Yes, it does.
Everybody's does.
Because I just got a bill, and that's why I'm asking.
Okay, so my recommendation is for you to pay the bill, even though you received it, because what happens is Medicare bills on a quarterly basis, but since now he's enrolled in Social Security, it's going to come out on a monthly basis. But what you want to do is if you pay the quarterly bill, they will reimburse you through his Social Security. You just don't want to, because what will end up happening is for like the month or two that he wasn't taking the Social Security benefit, that will still look like to Medicare that you didn't pay the premium. So you just want to pay it in full, and then they will reimburse you.
No, that's perfect. I just wasn't sure how to go about it, so thank you.
Of course, they're actually pretty efficient, so what will end up happening is you might see a deduction in the next paycheck for the Medicare premium, but then in the following check, you'll see the reimbursement back for what you overpaid in the quarter.
Okay, perfect. And my next question is there a penalty for not taking Medicare Part B if you're still fully insured?
There is no penalty. What will happen is whenever you decide to leave your plan, you can enroll in enroll in Medicare at that point, and they will waive the penalty for you, and you'll be able to make any selection you like for the supplement, just as if you had turned 65.
And so you also they will not sort of give you a penalty for not taking it at 65.
No, because really the penalty only comes into place because the government essentially wants people to enroll in Medicare if they have no other coverage available to them, or if they have individual coverage, they're no longer eligible for it because they have access to Medicare. Medicare doesn't want people waiting until something happens to enroll. They want to start collecting those premiums. But since you are already on group health insurance, they don't want to take you as a liability, so they're happy to let you stay where you are until you retire and then take the benefits.
Right, and you're leaving
your group coverage.
Leaving your group plan. So what happens is about 2 months before you really plan on leaving, what should you do, Anne?
Well, I will not be out of town, I promise, Paula. Right. Whatever it is, you can give me a call and we'll go through the process. We'll get you the paperwork you need. You'll need 2 documents. One will be assigned by your employer, the other you'll fill out, and what that'll do is open up your Medicare Part B enrollment and then give you a special election into choosing whatever kind of supplement you'd like.
Oh, okay. And my next thing would be, do you need to do that? You said about 2 months. Is that enough time?
I think 2 months is usually a good amount of time as long as your HR department can move with a relatively slow amount of speed. Because that's really the only part that is the hang-up, because you'll need a signature from someone that can verify you were on the group health insurance through your employer. But you can really apply for the benefits the month before you want them, so it does give you a nice window, the 60 days.
Thank you. And my husband is self-employed with less than 20 employees. And so they have forced him to go on Medicare
Right.
Part B.
Right.
And just my comment is that's ridiculous because he could have had his coverage.
Well, so then my recommendation is if your husband is using his group health insurance as his supplement to Medicare, I would recommend if he'd like to give me a call, or if he'd like, anyone else that's a broker, he should work with someone to find a different supplement to Medicare, because it will be significantly less expensive for him and for the business.
I will do that.
Very
All
good.
right.
Well, thank you so much for your call this morning. We really do appreciate it, and we're certainly happy to assist you, even if I was errandless.
Errandless.
At the particular time.
Sounds awful.
Well,
Tragic.
It was, but what's neat is that being around, it put us in a situation where what we could do is help these folks with these questions. And small businesses, well, even most folks that are married, they've got so many options. Whether do I go on my husband's plan?